early doors, and yesterday's heavy rainfall will make for some tricky conditions. Well, luckily the sun was set to return today in much improved weather conditions. The bike riders always gather before the start of the stage, which is usually at around 7:30 in the morning. They have 20 minutes to load their road books, and then everybody has their own little rituals before another long day in the saddle. Daniel Sanders was first into the stage after his victory yesterday, but it was tough going for the Australian, who hasn't done any opening since last year's Dakar. The rain had also washed away some of the tracks, so it wasn't long before he was joined by Mason Klein. Well, Sanders also forgot to bring his tinted lenses, and that meant a day of squinting in the sun, but with time bonuses he limited his losses to 6 minutes, and he remains the overall leader. Well, Klein was having a brilliant day, and he looked like he might overhaul Sanders in the overall standings after he caught up to him and Skylar Howes. But the American had an unfortunate problem late in the day when he discovered water in his fuel tank.
He needs to drain fuel from the front tank, put it in the rear tank to make sure that there was no water in. Yeah, that cost him 10 minutes, unfortunately.
The total damage was 12 minutes lost. He slips back to 5th place overall.
It's pretty frustrating, especially because it's like, I feel like not my fault, you know, but I guess there's always things that, I don't know. Hoping we can get some time back maybe, but we'll see.
Well, so much for the battle at the top of the Rally GP standings. How about Rally 2? The class is currently being led by this man, Paolo Lucci. He's a teammate of Klein in the Bass World KTM racing team. The Italian, who is wearing the same number 46 as a certain Valentino Rossi, is looking to impress after abandoning the Dakar on his debut last year. So far, so good. Now, there may have been frustration for Klein, but for others it was even worse. Ross Branch ran out of fuel at kilometre 178, ending his chances of a good overall result. And he wasn't the only one to suffer. German youngster Mike Wiedemann in Original by Motul, learning the hard way that things can change very quickly on the Dakar.
So I was really excited for the rest of the week, and for next week when we get into the 100% Junes I was super excited, but I guess that's another Dakar that we've got to tick off, and we've just got to go back and work harder for next year. Be back next year.
I have no more fuel, and now I think it's a problem with the front tank, so now I'm waiting for fuel. It is really disappointed because yesterday I win the stage in the Male Moto. Yesterday I was maybe the hero, and now I'm a loser, yes.
Well, Hero's miserable fortune continued as the rally came to an end for Joaquim Rodriguez. The Portuguese rider unfortunately crashed and suffered a broken leg, so we wish him a speedy recovery. Nacho Cornejo was the man who caught up to Rodriguez out on the track.
I was the first guy there, so I stopped and assist him, called the helicopter and wait there until the medics arrived. So he had a broken leg, but he was looking conscious and calm, so stayed with him until the medics said I could go.
These long specials of over 400 kilometres are starting to take their toll physically and mentally. Kevin Benavides said you have to be very careful with the camel grass in these sections, especially off-piste. The Argentine caught Joan Barreda and had some fun pushing with the Spaniard, 7th on the day. He's 3rd overall. His younger brother Luciano enjoyed a clean run. After podium finishes in Morocco and Andalusia late last year, he's targeting the top 3 at the Dakar. After joining forces with Pablo Quintanilla, he pushed at 100% throughout the stage. In the end, Luciano came in just 6 seconds ahead of his brother, and he goes up to 9th place overall. Adrian van Beveren says he's really on the limit at the moment, but the pace is so high at the front that there isn't much alternative. He pointed out that the waypoints are a bit more open this year, so it makes the navigation slightly easier. He didn't always follow the lines in today's heavy sand, but he still had a solid day in 5th place. The Frenchman is exactly 18 minutes off the pace. Toby Price reckons that this part of the Dakar is just about staying on 2 wheels and keeping yourself in the rally. His bike was also getting sucked into the sand, which increased fuel consumption, but body and bike are feeling good, and Price is inside the top 5 overall.
I think they were saying by day 8 we're about 300 kilometres short of the overall Dakar in 2022, so yeah, it means it's a big one, so plenty more racing still to come yet.
Skylar Howes ended up a bit battered and bruised today. The American did have some fun battling with Sanders and Klein for bonus seconds, but he then suffered a nasty crash in one rocky section. He was very thankful for the airbag jacket, which is now mandatory for all bikers, as he avoided more serious injury. In spite of riding like a zombie, in his words, for a while after that crash, he finished 3rd. Second place was Pablo Quintanilla, who had a better day than yesterday. He also talked about the physical toll of riding through the off-piste and the camel grass sections. The Chilean prefers a nice open desert stage. It's not always easy to balance the speed and the risk, but Pablo got it right today, and he's up to 7th place overall. But the stage victory went to Joan Barreda, as Dakar stage victories so often do. The Spaniard is suffering with a broken toe, not a broken finger, so apologies for misleading you yesterday. He was actually riding this stage with a different boot on his left foot. He had some trouble shifting gears, but things got easier as the day wore on, and Bang Bang was delighted to claim his 29th stage victory at this rally.
Sí, la verdad que
I'm very happy. It's important for me to get back to winning ways. It's a great feeling after all of the hard work of the past few months. The most important thing is that we're still in the mix overall. We have a very good pace, we're very strong. That's the main thing.
Nos sentimos fuertes, así que eso es lo que realmente más me gusta.
Pretty small gaps today, with Howes, Sanders and Klein all collecting bonus seconds. Lorenzo Santolino inside the top 10, but his Sherco teammate Harit Noah sadly crashed out as well. Things finally poised overall. Sanders leads by 3 minutes 33 from Howes, followed by Benavides, Barreda and Price. Matthias Wagner though has been struggling. He is nearly half an hour back. And Sanders is obviously also on top in the standings for the World Rally Raid Championship.